Good evening, you with me, Dave Kadama. First, the headlines. People's Development Party vows to go solo in next year's presidential elections. National Oil Company of Malawi, NOCMA, says it has dispatched at least 17 trucks of fuel to Blantyre. In other news, Ministry of Gender worried with increasing cases of child abuse despite various interventions to curb the malpractice. We have these and other stories. Please do stay with us. First story this evening. People's Development Party, PDP President Kondwani Nkrumah says their party will go solo in next year's presidential polls. He made the declaration at the end of the party's 200 million kwacha elective conference in Blantyre. Isaac Salima was there.
Speaking when he addressed the delegates that converged at Mesa Hall in Blantyre to usher into power the party's new National Executive Committee, Nkrumah said that people should not underrate the party as it has just proven wrong those who are doubting its potential after holding the convention.
I think yourself is a living testimony to what you have seen today. A convention well attended, patronized in a fair manner, in a peaceful manner. This is what we call a well-structured party. This is what we call a party that is geared to victory. So when I'm saying that we are going as a party alone, yes, that's what we mean. That's what we agreed as trustees of the party. Whoever wants to work with us, they will come to us. Then we shall agree at that particular time. But for now, as a party, we have agreed as a party to walk alone, to go alone, and we are very confident that we are going to make it.
But how have the political commentators received the news? Ernest Tindwa is one of them.
No, it is a statement that perhaps reflects the intention of the party leadership to assess the size of each constituency. They want to know how popular they are in order to use the same for any electoral alliance. As it is, people don't know the strength of People's Development Party, and therefore it will be important for parties like a PDP to go it solo in the first round, assuming there will be a second round. Even if there is no second round, it will help them to assess the strength.
During the convention, delegates elected 30 members of the party's executive committee, with people in 23 positions going unopposed. Those who have gone unchallenged included Nkrumah himself, who in his message called on the newly elected members to give their best not to betray those who have put them into position.
Malawians can get some economic value gains from trash if they embrace mindset on waste disposal management. The Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, has made the observation, saying people should consider producing other materials from wastes instead of just dumping them. Patience Lunda reports.
Chief Representative for JICA Malawi, Kazuhiro Tambara, observed this can only be achieved if Malawians are taught about this from a young age. Tambara was speaking during the handover ceremony of the eco-stop-over structure at Majiga Trading Center at Mtwaro area in Mzimba district. He says farmers should migrate to organic fertilizers such as human waste and urine with the prevailing exorbitant prices of inorganic fertilizers.
Just a small thing, just people just change their habit. Just don't throw, just carry it and throw it in the bin. So this is very simple. Doesn't cost anything. Just change the mind and just change the activity, just change the action. So it's nothing but nothing, cost nothing. So I just want everyone aware of that and change their attitude and also the act.
With support from Kyoto University and JICA, Environment, Livelihood and Sanitation Nexus, Elsan Project donated the structure to the community to improve agriculture productivity and farmers' income. The project is being implemented in collaboration with TN Organization and Runyangwa Agricultural Research Station. Isaac Chavula is TN Organization's country director.
This project took us a number of years initially to start picking up. It's an issue of changing attitude of people. So we had to make sure that the people understand why we are encouraging them to harvest their own fecal matter processed into manure. and the urine for fertilizer. And now that most of the farmers are picking it up, most of them have constructed factories and they are processing their own fecal matter to productive products like manure.
A beneficiary of the Elsan technology, who is also Group Village Headman Manjolo Moyo of the area, says the project has improved his yields. The Elsan project began in 2021 and ends this year.
Authorities are worried with continued cases of child abuse in the country, despite various programs aimed at protecting the children. Gender Ministry, Minister of Gender Jean Sendeza, has said this in Lilongwe after newly appointed commissioners of the National Children's Commission, NCC, took oath of office. Esnat Tembo has this report read by Bempero Malimba.
Sendeza said the commissioner's role as a watchdog is to ensure children's safety and protection.
It's not fair to see that, yes, there are so many billions coming into the country and we are seeing the abuses every day increasing. That means somewhere there is a gap. So we need to fill that gap in a way that is a well-coordinated approach.
One of the NCC commissioners, Benedicto Kondowe, said the commission is ready to promote children's welfare. He explained that they will ensure that NGOs are coordinated and complement their efforts.
Services that support the needs of the children across the country are meaningfully promoted. So we have a role to make sure that the children, institutions that are working in the children's sector implement their programs in such a way that it will meet the best interest of the children.
The newly appointed commissioners include Auxiliary Bishop for Lilongwe Archdiocese of the Roman Catholic Church, Vincent Makwawa, Luse Kachapira, Benedicto Kondowe, Laika Rashid Milanze, and Julia Chimuna.
The Indian government has pledged to continue financing the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation, ITEC. Since 2012, India has trained at least 1,000 Malawians in various fields through the program. Indian High Commissioner to Malawi, Subiya Gopalakrishnan, was speaking during the 60th ITEC Day celebrations in Lilongwe. Gopalakrishnan explains to our reporter, Pempero Malimba. Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Maiwao McLeod Polepole, has since commended the Indian government for supporting Malawi.
At least sharpening the skills so that all those who are working there, they talked about entrepreneurship programs. They talked about like the lecturer from MSG who talked quite a lot about learning about different education programs in India and Malawi, but at the same time there were also some similarities, but in some cases maybe Malawi was lagging, especially in the area of technology. So those, by the fact that they are able to understand this, I think it's really great, and we're hoping that such type of capacity building initiatives that are there between, through the diplomatic relations between Malawi and India needed to be enhanced.
At least 17 trucks of fuel have reportedly been dispatched to Blantyre. Depot manager for National Oil Company of Malawi in Blantyre, Michael Malanga, has confirmed the development. This is the fuel the country received from Beira in Mozambique through Maraca in Nsanje. Isaac Salima was there.
President Lazarus Kabwira on Wednesday witnessed the arrival of fuel that was ferried into the country through the newly rehabilitated Beira-Maraca railway line. However, there have been speculations that the fuel wagons did not contain the diesel but rather molasses. National Oil Company took members of the media to Maraca to appreciate that the petroleum product was indeed received. Malanga said that the process of offloading and dispatching the product to Blantyre is going on well.
And so far we have loaded over close to 17 trucks. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that some sectors of our society have chosen not to tell us the truth, but in actual sense what we have is diesel from Beira. We have these 24 wagons that are made by small wagons. In total, those small wagons, there are 48 of them.
Meanwhile, Malawi Congress Party spokesperson Jessie Kabwira has asked the politicians not to politicize the matter.
Now, we've come here to give evidence that what you saw being launched here or being commissioned here was actual petrol, one, and it has never happened in the last 21 years. So, what we came here to verify, because there were some people, in particular DPP, saying that we've brought empty cargoes, one. Some were saying there are molasses, and the third one, they were saying we are not going to be able to unpack. We have come here to prove that, number one, this is diesel. Number two, we have managed to offload. As I was coming, I've actually met over 20 trucks that I was counting.
Currently, the product is being transported to Blantyre through the Lord as the reconstruction of the Kabwira railway line is still underway.
You are watching the news on Time Television TTV. We'll be back with more news in a moment.
Ava imafunika pa moyo wa munthu. Pa mavuto ndi pa mtendere, nthawi yodwala ndi nthawi ya thanzi. Funso ndilo kuti tingachulukitse bwanji ndalama zathu. Ntchito zosiyana-siyana zimabweretsa ndalama. Osaona nkhope kapena dera. Koma ikapezeka ndalamayo tingayisunge bwanji. Moyo umadutsa mu nyengo zambiri. Chobwera mawa sichidziwika. Tingakonzekere bwanji tsogolo lathu. Pachili chonse, kaya bizinesi, kaya zaluso, kaya maphunziro, mpamba umafunika. Nawo mpambawo umafunika uzikula. Zimenezi zingatheke bwanji. Kudziwa kasamalidwe ndi kasungidwe kachuma ndikofunika. Ngati madzi pa moyo wa munthu. Dziwani zonse zoyenera kuchita kuti musamale chuma chanu kupangira pamawa ndi niko. Koma zikumveka kumbuyo ko.
Do you love food? And then suddenly felt the burn? Don't let heartburn or indigestion ruin your meal. Try Publicist. It gets to work fast to stop acids. Publicist. Fast, soothing relief from heartburn.
Welcome back. Vice-Chancellor for the Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences, MUBAS, Nancy Jidera, has held partnerships towards the newly established Bachelor of Commercial Law program at the institution. She said this when the university received 10 desktop computers from Reed's Attorneys law firm. More with Daniel Zimba.
In its infancy, the MUBAS Law School has been faced with challenges, particularly in its resource center, which is depending much on an electronic library. Though such is the case, computers have not been adequate. Currently, the university accommodates 11,000 students with one library designed to serve 600 students at a time. Chitera therefore held the donation from Reed's Attorneys, describing it as a supplement to their plan towards furnishing a law library with computers.
And as an institution, we are buying these computers, but we know that we still have a limitation. Now, coming in of this particular donation of the 10 computers, for us it will go a very, very long way.
On his part, Reed's Attorneys Head of Business Development and Communications, Sean Longwe, says the donation was part of their contribution towards national development and the law field as a whole.
As you know, the 2063 agenda, one of the key enablers is human capital development, which talks about education and technology and the youth being involved and being empowered. We saw it fit as MUBAS has launched this program, which we have a particular interest in, to say let's be part of the entity which is supporting and collaborating with MUBAS in creating a better Malawi for all of us.
MUBAS is a sprinter public entity from the University of Malawi and has become a third university in Malawi offering law degree, joining the University of Malawi and Catholic University of Malawi, among others.
A call has gone out to public and private schools to motivate learners and teachers to work hard for better results in national examinations. Primary Education Advisor PEA for Ngwenya Zone in Lilongwe, Anita Chelewani, said this when she presided over a prize presentation ceremony at Charismatic Private School. McDonald Tom reports.
Chelewani said the Ministry of Education always wants highly motivated learners and teachers. She therefore said both public and private schools should always put in place measures to achieve this goal.
I encourage that both private and public schools should conduct such activities of motivating learners, and not only learners, even teachers, because for learners to do well, it means the teachers had to teach selflessly to make sure that they realize good results.
One of the learners, Melissa Kabango, said she's happy to be recognized as one of the best performers.
It feels good because I have been selected to a public school and I have been awarded a gift from Charismatic School.
The school's director, Joseph Patel, said they organized the event as a way of thanking the learners for their hard work.
For the learners from a private school like ours, being selected within the whole Lilongwe district, you'd find that they are performing stars. Because of that, we wanted as a school to say thank you, apart from parents who have already done a big work in awarding our standard 8 learners who have been selected to go to various secondary schools.
26 learners from the school have been selected to public secondary schools.
Women have been challenged to be vigilant as the country is passing through socio-economic hardships. This came out during the 2024 Women Conference at St. Michael's and All Angels Church in Blantyre. Daniel Zimba was there.
In her remarks, the conference organizing team chair lady Deborah Muheka said women are equally affected by socio-economic challenges the country is experiencing. On the other hand, a woman from Matindi CCAP who participated in the conference, Nelly Mchirewata, described it as beneficial.
As we have learned something, I think we'll get that thing, we'll go back to the church, we'll help the church to grow, I'll help my family to grow, because we have lessons of which they are molding myself as a person, they'll mold our church, and they'll mold our country.
The CCAP Blantyre Synod Women's Conference takes place after every 4 years, and this year the conference is held under the theme The Power of a Virtuous Woman.
On the business front, Nico Life has called on those about to retire to consider investing their gratuities with the company. Head of Sales Gift Kawamba said with such investments, the retirees can continue enjoying monthly payments. McDonald Tom explains.
At the event, Kawamba also revealed that Nico Life has partnered with Medical Aid Society of Malawi to ensure the retirees sustain access to quality health care.
As an insurer, we provide annuities to them. An annuity is a sum that is given to somebody who has retired every month. So the type of annuity that we provide is a type that is provided for the rest of the life of a retired person. For us, we like to call them annuitants. So on top of that, we have added an element of medical care.
Mazim Assistant Client Relationship Manager Joanna Lozani said the partnership with Nico will see retirees accessing their products at subsidized rates.
We saw that there's a need that once people leave employment, they are not able maybe to sustain their other schemes, their Mazin schemes, or any other scheme that they may have. So we partnered with Nico to provide subsidized schemes for our retired officers so that they can enjoy a transition from their corporate world into retirement world.
Anuel Muhango, an employee of Limbelif Malawi Limited, who is about to retire, described the meeting as an eye-opener.
It's quite encouraging, and I would even encourage other people to take part into this, because we've been enlightened. We didn't understand most of some nitty-gritty of what it takes to understand what is annuity, and more especially the ages that we are in. We are approaching the retirement and a lot of anxieties. So that he made and let's say it requires that we should start preparing in good time, not start preparing after we are outside employment.
Also in attendance in the meeting were human resources managers of different companies and organizations.
And that report concludes our bulletin tonight. Before we go, a look at the headlines once again. People's Development Party, PDP, vows to go solo in next year's presidential elections. National Oil Company of Malawi, NOCMA, says it has dispatched at least 17 trucks of fuel to Blantyre. And in other news, Ministry of Gender worried with increasing cases of child abuse despite various interventions to curb the malpractice. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting www.times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times360 Malawi, Twitter at Times360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing star 1895 #. My name is Dave Kadama. Good evening.